Music Access. You guys enjoy going to concerts, right? When I read the messages that you guys send me, I often see messages from you talking about your experience at a K-pop concert, and just reading them, I can tell how excited you were and how thrilling it must have been to see your favorite stars on stage live. And that also makes me curious, how do you usually watch concerts? Do you shout and sing along, or do you just clap and stay pretty quiet? When I'm on stage, of course, I'm thankful for every single person who comes to see me perform, but the more the audience responds to our movements and actions, we feel more energized and alive on stage. It's just the same here in the studio. I come alive when you guys respond to my actions and words through your messages. So, I hope you know that the singers performing on stage come alive through your response as the audience, but I also come alive through your online responses. I'll be looking forward to your response today and this weekend, okay? The first song you heard today, Saturday, December 19th, 2015, was No One Else Like You by Adam Levine. I keep messing up his name. So guys, how is your Saturday going? Are you having a good Saturday? Is your weekend off to a great start? Hopefully it is. It's got about 6 days left until December 25th, which is of course Christmas. Which begs the question, this is your last weekend, get all your Christmas shopping done. So, are you ready? Do you have all your stuff in order? If not, you might want to get a little bit on the rush, cuz time is running out. Alright, now here's how you can listen and participate on our show. You can download the Arirang Radio or TuneIn Radio app on your smartphone, and you can also send us messages through the app using the comment function. You can also listen to us by visiting our website www.arirangradio.com/musicaccess and leave your messages there on our message board. Another way you can tune in is through terrestrial DMB, but this is only available for our listeners living on Jeju Island. The frequencies are 88.7 for Jeju City, 88.1 for Seogwipo, and 101.9 for Daejeong. And song requests, you know how to keep them coming. Post up a message on our message board with the song you want. Just remember to leave your title as request. Now we'll check out 2 songs before we go to my text and message, starting with Ghost by Ella Henderson, followed with Amnesia by 5 Seconds of Summer. Reading your messages again and again, reading through the messages I sent again and again. The messages I wait for, the messages that make me laugh, the messages that are precious to me. My text message. Which messages were the ones that were the most memorable to you from the week gone by? The messages that you keep are the words from the person you want to keep close. And if you remember the messages that you sent, you probably spent a lot of time thinking about it before sending it. Our special Corner in Corner for Saturdays, My Text Message, is all about sharing the SNS or text message that was the most memorable to you from the week gone by. It could have been a message that made you happy, angry, or something that made you LOL, or a message that made you frustrated. Let us know which message was the most memorable, and also share with us some of the messages you keep saved in your mobile device and why. To write in for our corner, just write my text on your message. Now we'll go to our first text message, which comes from Koreana from Indonesia, saying, my story. So, a few months ago, my older sister got a text from a provider, a mobile phone provider, and it said that she got a prize from the company and she was so excited about it. She thought it was a real text, but it was actually just spam, and my older sister actually lost $50. So, in Indonesia, that's a lot of money. So after that, my older sister never trusted any message that said she won a prize. That definitely, happens. There's definitely moments when we have messages, spam messages especially. I remember Telemarketers were a huge thing when I was younger, way back, when I was a kid. And so if the phone rang, you just answer it and just be like, yeah, I'm not interested. Sorry. No, thank you. I'm not interested. And that would just be, is what would happen a lot. It wasn't so much, the kind of big deal kind of, I don't know if this is relevant, but there was a movie called Wolf on Wall Street with Leonardo DiCaprio, where they would, make money selling all this, blue penny stock, if I'm mistaken, or something. And that became a huge deal. But yeah, definitely, I think you never just get money. In life, there's never a situation where people just give you money and say, congratulations, you've won money for doing absolutely nothing. Even in the lotto, you still have to spend money to buy a ticket before, you do anything. So, hopefully your sister wasn't too disappointed. And I'm not sure about the message. I'm not sure if she actually lost $50 or she lost the opportunity to gain $50. But, hopefully she didn't actually lose money and she's still in a good condition. All right, so we're going to check out two more songs as we continue on, starting with a song that came of the USA Requested, One More Sleep by Leona Lewis. We'll follow it with All You Need Is Love by Lyndon David Hall. We just heard the songs One More Sleep by Leona Lewis, followed by All You Need Is Love by Lyndon David Hall. And it's time for our second text message, which comes from Unita Swinyo from Indonesia, saying, Happy Saturday, Benji. So I'm using an app on my phone, and it can detect our old poster pictures from our SNS. So every day I can see what I wrote, so every day I can see what I wrote or uploaded on my SNS 1, 2, or even more years ago on the same day. So on this Saturday, I saw 5 years ago I wrote on my social account, God, I know you're not in a hurry. Your plans for me are on time. You need no schedule or reminders, for I'm always on your mind. I feel so grateful to read it again, and it reminds me that he'll always be the one who knows the best for me, and will give it to me in time with his own way. I just need to believe in him and let only his will be done. I felt so peaceful after reading it, and I hope you and all the MA family also feel the same. I think we all have definitely a lot of concerns about the future. And then when it comes to religions, of course, there's a lot of various religions. Some of you may believe in God, some of you may believe in a different higher being, some of you may not believe in a higher being. Some of you may be atheists, which is totally, possible. But, I think in Unita's case, having this someone up there and believing that he has a plan for her is really kind of keeping the faith going and making her feel comfortable. And I think that's a really, really good thing. Just having life is hard as it is, no matter how you take it, there's going to be moments when you feel alone. But just believing that you have someone next to you who can really kind of take care of you and do all that stuff could really be a hidden strength that, could help you out a lot. So, also that app sounds like really, really interesting. I'm just saying, can you imagine, one day looking back and be like, I wrote something like this? Oh my gosh, I was so stupid back then. It does happen. It does happen. But lucky enough for Unita, 5 years ago, she was still at the top of her game. Good job, girl. All right, so we're going to continue on with two more songs, starting with Thinking Out Loud by Ed Sheeran, following with the song that Harshika of Sri Lanka wants to hear, Back to December by Taylor Swift. We just heard the songs Thinking Out Loud by Ed Sheeran, followed by Back to December by Taylor Swift. And we actually have a lot of messages that came in from my text message this week, so we're going to continue on with more of those. We've got Shreya Talukdar from Bangladesh saying, Benji, happy Saturday. Hope you're enjoying your weekend. Anyways, I was going through my old messages, but then I found some quotes that I saved in my smartphone, so I'm sharing them with you today. Pain makes you stronger. Fear makes you braver. Heartbreaks make you wiser. Life has so many different chapters, and one bad chapter does not mean it's the end of the book. Never force anything. Just let it be, and if it's meant to be, it will be. Live more, complain less. More smiles, less stress, less hate, more blessed. Inspirational quote day today, anyone? Ha 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 ha. But no, for real. I think having these kind of mentalities really, really will help you get through life on a much more positive note, because we as humans have a tendency to think in negative ways. We think, oh, what if I don't pass this test? Oh, what if I don't get well soon? What if this performance doesn't go that well? And we always think to put things in a negative light rather than put things in a positive light, which is unfortunate because, we all live in an era where we're lucky enough to be in a positive, state of mind. And so even if it comes to those moments where, you may not always have the most kind of perfect kind of situation for, the way things pan out, still keep up a positive attitude, and I'm sure you'll be able to breeze through perfectly. Trust me. Good job, Shreya, on the quotes. Hopefully it lifts up everyone's day. Now we're going to check out two more songs as we continue on. Danielle of Australia wants to hear Run by BTS, and Samantha, also of Australia, wants to hear Uahage by Twice. And we're going to continue on the great music by checking out two more great songs. Unita of Indonesia requesting the classic Love, Love, Love by Epic High, and Shreya of Bangladesh wants to hear Yojanhi by Radi. And after a short break, we'll continue on with the second hour of our show. We're going to check out the song Am I Wrong by Nico and Veens, and be right back. You're listening to Music Access with me, Benji of B.I.G, and our first song starting off the second hour of our show for Saturday, December 19th was If I Lose Myself by One Republic. Now here's how you can listen and participate on Music Access. You can download the Arirang Radio or TuneIn Radio app on your smartphone, and you can also send us messages through the app using the comment function. You can also listen to us by visiting our website, www.arirangradio.com/musicaccess, and leave your messages there on our message board. Another way you can tune in is through terrestrial DMB, but this is only available for our listeners living on Jeju Island. The frequencies are 88.7 for Jeju City, 88.1 for Seogwipo, and 101.9 for Daejeong. Now we're going to check out two songs before we go to more messages, starting with the song Just Give Me a Reason by Pink featuring Nate Roos, followed with Same Love by Macklemore and Ryan Lewis featuring Mary Lambert. We just did the songs Just Give Me a Reason by Pink featuring Nate Roos, followed by Same Love by Macklemore and Ryan Lewis featuring Mary Lambert. You're listening to our Saturday show, My Text and Message, with Benji of B.I.G, the host of Music Access, and continuing on from the first hour. Now we're introducing your messages sent in to us here at Music Access and checking out some requests as well. Now, our first message for our second hour comes from Tasmia Tassin from Bangladesh, saying, a question for DJ Benji. If Jaehoon Oppa is the mother of B.I.G, then which member is the father of B.I.G? Well, we've touched on this once in a while. This was something that I think he assigned himself way before, like when we were doing interviews and we kind of pictured, what is your position in B.I.G? Then he kind of sees like, I'll be the mom because it's funny and blah, 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 blah. And then that kind of just stuck all the way until now. And then if there's a father, I don't know. I guess it's Kunmin, I guess, but I really don't have an opinion on that. It's just, there's not really an authoritative father figure in B.I.G. I'm just saying there's not a real kind of, hey, so if he's the mom, then he's the dad, then he's this, and I'm not. There's not a real kind of setup like that. It's just, if you have to pick someone, it'll probably be Min, just because, he is very father-like. Not really. I don't know how to explain it, but I guess just that's how he is. If I guess he's the only guy that I think of when it comes to fathers for B.I.G, because Minpyo is just like, he lives in his own world. Hee-do is still young, and I have no interest in being in the father, which sounds a lot worse than when I said it. But yeah, I guess Min. If I hope that answers your question. I hope that's who you were hoping for. If that's not who you were hoping for, let me know. But I guess if I had to choose someone, I would have to say Min. Just throwing it out there. Okay, now we're going to check out 2 songs as we continue on. Mylena, the USA, wants to hear 니가 뭔데 Who You by G-Dragon. And we'll follow it with 24시간이 모자라 by 선미. We just did the songs 니가 뭔데 Who You by G-Dragon, followed by 24시간이 모자라 by 선미. And it's time to continue on to our next message, which comes from Oda from Norway, saying, "Hello, Benji. How are you gonna spend your weekend, and how's the weather in Seoul? There's a lot of snow here and it's super cold. Hope you have a great weekend. Love from Norway." I would say let's see. When it comes to weekend plans, weekend plans are always the same. Practice and all that stuff. And weather, it's okay. So far so good and all that stuff. But what I'm hoping for is Christmas is coming up. And when Christmas comes up, a lot of people are always hoping for a white Christmas because it's romantic for some reason. Apparently, if the sky decides to pour down icicles or ice flakes on the planet while it is a Christmas holiday, it's considered romantic. I guess it would be considered romantic if you were a couple. But if you're not a couple and you're like me and you're just chilling, then it's just like a snowy day. Although granted, we did do this thing for somewhere where if it does snow, that means I have to do something. So hopefully it doesn't snow. Or maybe hopefully it does snow. I'm not really 100% sure where I'm going with this. But anyways, hopefully you are bundled up warm. Norway, I've heard that it is very, very cold. And, as it does get colder, you need to dress up warmer so you don't get sick. As if you get sick, that's the worst thing that can happen. So remember, keep your health, keep all that stuff in check. And then, keep me updated on whether you have although I bet you're going to have a super snowed in Christmas. Just my personal opinion. But if you do, send me pics, because I'm very curious. I'm interested in knowing. Alright, so we're going to check out 2 more songs as we continue on. Aaron of the USA wants to hear Sherlock by Shiny, and we'll follow it with 1분 1초 by Jian of Tiara. We just heard the song Sherlock by Shiny, followed by 1분 1초 by Jian of Tiara, and it just got me thinking about when Sherlock came out. I remember, let's see, I was a trainee when Sherlock came out, and Shiny was doing the whole thing. And Sherlock was just crazy. I mean, the song itself was crazy. The singing was all amazing. But the dancing, the whole Michael Jackson style, that whole thing was super, super bomb. And I think my dance teacher at the time, when that song came out, was like, Shiny is currently dominating everyone else in terms of stage. And then we got a chance to see them. I did see Shiny at the airport once. And they were super, super cool. Yeah, they are very, very cool people. I'm not going to lie. Never got a chance to really talk to them before, but they're super awesome people. Okay, so now we're going to continue on with another message. Our next message comes from Jebi Tambio Rene from the Philippines, saying, "Hey Benji, well, I'm much older than you, but I'm your fanboy, believe it or not. I'm a K-pop fan for many years, or I've been a K-pop fan for many years. And I was watching one of the music programs when I saw B.I.G. I thought you guys were so talented, and I knew that you'd be successful. I bet a lot of girls go crazy for you. I'm happy because of you. So, I have 2 questions. Number 1, what's your dating style? And 2, what's your mannerisms? Dating style, that is a very vague question. I don't know what that means technically. So are you asking what kind of girls do I like to date? Or when I date a girl, what am I like? I'm a very nice guy. Usually I probably will be paying for everything. I will probably not go to any place expensive. And I will probably be trying to save money as much as possible. Not just because I'm a cheapskate, but because, stuff is expensive. That's right, guys. Stuff can be very expensive. And then, I'm sure the person that I'm dating will also understand. What's my mannerisms? I'm a gentleman. Manners maketh man. And in every case, I usually try to be a very, very nice guy. But at the same time, I'm not super just a nice guy. I also, I try to be a little bit charismatic, is how I'll put it. I try to be a little bit, one of my role models a long time ago used to be George Clooney, just because he had this kind of tone of voice that really kind of calmed people down and made him seem like a very direct guy, yet with a sense of humor. And so, if you really want to know what I kind of base my mannerisms on, George Clooney. He is one of my dudes. George Clooney, Brad Pitt, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. There's a lot of guys. You probably know what kind of style I'm talking about. But yeah, those are the kind of guys that I was really, really kind of trying to follow, that I considered kind of these kind of gentleman-like role models at the time. Okay, so we're going to check out 2 more songs as we continue on. Bedewan of Turkey wants to hear 사랑밖에 난 몰라 by B2B. And we'll follow it with 파네 by 전효성. We just heard 사랑밖에 난 몰라 by B2B, followed by 파네 by 전효성. And we're going to share a quick message. Nakyuen of Vietnam, who wants to ask, who's the king of Aegyo in B.I.G? And tell us the vices of B.I.G's members. That's not something I'm going to say. Telling you about someone else's vices, you ask them yourself when they come into the studio at some point. King of Aegyo in B.I.G. I will have to say it's actually not me. I just have this natural tendency to put Aegyo out randomly when I'm in the mood. But if you want to know the real king of Aegyo in B.I.G, I gotta say, you might want to ask someone called Gunmin. That's right, I spoiled it. But see, if B.I.G comes in the studio, you might want to ask them. Okay, we're going to check out 2 more songs as we continue on, starting with Jealous by Labyrinth, followed with Shower by Becky G. And it's time to say goodbye. The last song we're going to check out today is Stop This Train by John Mayer. This was Benji of B.I.G. And as always, I'll be back.